What's up, y'all? It's your girl, Drea Kay, back with another episode of Let's Tell a Story. I have Miss Dana here, community activist. Y'all already know who this woman is. I don't even need to introduce her, but how you doing today?
I'm great. How about yourself?
I'm doing pretty good.
That's good. Thanks for having me.
Oh, for sure, for sure. So, for people who may not know you, what do you do? What got you started in the industry that you're in right now?
Well, I'm a community activist. I'm with the Baton Rouge Community Street team. Besides that, I'm also one of the faces of Ghetto Ways. I have a morning show with Johnny Domino. I was best friends with Nussia. I'm DCF First Lady. And I'm well known in the communities that I service. I'm from 70802, which is Easy Town, is the area that I came from. I'm a Capitol High graduate. Shout out to Capitol. Mighty Lines.
So what got you started, like, within community service, like serving your community and just becoming an activist? Like, what got you inspired and started in it?
Well, I've always been the person who rooted for the underdog, or those who were people that bullied people. Like, I never liked that. I always stood up for them, even when nobody else would speak up for them. Right was right, wrong was wrong. You're not about to take that person's voice for them. So, fast forward, rewind, Nussia got murdered in 2009. And my life changed drastically. Like, I ended up suffering with depression really, really bad. My life rearranged. I lived like two minutes from my job and was so paranoid that at times I didn't even go straight home because I felt like I was being targeted. Or even though that wasn't a scenario, it was just in my mind because of how he died. But I got a calling for this. Someone asked me, about doing this, and I said, okay, I'll interview for it, tell me what it's about. If it's saying that I don't have to work with the police and share no information, I'm with it. And here I am.
That makes a difference.
It does.
When you're not directly working with them, because it's kind of like you're on the streets doing the street work.
Absolutely.
So what is that like process of like doing that, going into the communities and servicing the communities in that way? Like what do you actually do when you're out in those communities?
Well, a lot of our program is basically based on providing resources for the community. Those resources may be different from everybody's. What you need may not be what your neighbor needs. We also are service linkage. So we make partnerships with other organizations. And say, for instance, like if someone that we meet or interact with is a victim of violence, domestic violence, we may partner with either Irish House or the Butterfly Society. So we are the direct connections to those people, and we walk with the people that we're meeting directly, hand in hand, on that process with those other organizations.
So a lot of people, when you come into contact with people that have been victims of violence and everything like that, as an activist, what do those stories do to you?
It opens up fresh wounds sometimes. And to be honest with you, I had someone ask the question, how do you sleep? And this came from a man. It was a murder scene that we were on. The body was clearly visible. He happened to be on the site doing work and saw me pull up. And he came and walked to me. He was telling me, because he was out there, and he was telling me, this, that, and the third. And we walked together. And he's seeing my team pull up, we pulling up, and we interacting with the people. And he stood there the whole time with me. He didn't interfere. He just stood there the whole time with me as we were getting in the groove of dealing with the communities, like, because they were asking, like, why they didn't cover him up? They can't cover him up, ma'am, because if you go get a sheet from your house and bring it to cover him up, you are contaminating the scene. They have to, they do have to process it. I know it's hard for you to see, but this is what it is. But what I can do is maybe go and ask them to put a screen up as protection so that you guys won't be able to see this, because it is hard sometimes when you go out and you see those bodies laying there like that. Because sometimes we get there before the yellow tape comes up. Because we do get phone calls and dispatches about things that's happening in our communities. But even he said it, he was like, he texted me the next morning, I don't see how you sleep at night.
Yeah.
You know, it's hard, but I don't want to say that I become numb to it, but I have more problem with interpersonal relationships. I won't lose sleep behind being out there, because I know if I'm out here on this crime scene, people need me. You know, they need this energy that I'm gonna give off to them. They need this love. They need somebody to point them in the right direction. As far as me having an argument with you, I may take that more to heart.
Yeah.
You know, I may lose sleep about that at night. But me out there, I know my purpose. I know what I'm there for. I'm not second guessing myself as if I may have offended anyone, because I know I'm in my purpose at that point.
So after Missy was killed, and you know, kind of got involved in, you know, community service and things like that, how has that kind of changed throughout the years? Like, doing it then versus doing it now, with so much crime going on right now in Baton Rouge. Like, what has that experience kind of been like over the years?
Well, with a lot of, I shied away from a lot of things after Nissa died, though. Like, I shied away from it. I was asked to manage several groups, manage several artists, and I refused to do it because my heart wasn't in it anymore. You know, we've made several attempts to do things on a DCF style, you know, getting everything together back in there, but it's my heart not in it, because he you know, he's no longer a part of it. Not saying that we ever want his name to die, because he had a song that said, if you don't remember nothing, you're gonna remember my name. And that's true, you know. But now the crime that I'm seeing now, it's a lot of children, a lot of young adults that hasn't been given second chances. You know, their grace is not the same as the grace when we were growing up. You know, they lack in grace. They're so timid. Like, it, you know, they aggravate it easily. Like the incident that happened last night for Bayou Classic, a 15-year-old killed another child from here, you know, in a whole nother city. But again, they don't know how to conflict resolve. They don't know how to have restorative circles. They feel played about everything. And my objective is not judging them. My objective is giving it to them raw, giving it to them real, not pacifying them. Yeah, you're a child by number of years that you survive, but not by the numbers of bodies that you have. Because you could be a stone blood killer at 12 and 13 years old. That's what's proven. Marlo Mike killed Nissy. That was his first murder of 2009. That was his first murder of 2009. And he was only 15 at that time. So he had bodies before then. So a lot of it is they don't have cognitive skills. They don't know how to conflict resolve. And then especially if I know I can get paid for this body, and this is my only form of really getting money, I don't care about taking this life. And that's what it is. It's like a sport to people now. It's a sport. It's also their income. It's how these youngsters are getting paid out here. They ain't going to McDonald's. They're not gonna do that because they too fly. They dress, you know, they want to have a stack of money in their pockets, and they're gonna blow through that $2,000-3,000 because bodies don't even go for what they used to. You know,
it's like a business.
It is.
Kind of sound like
it is.
That's crazy.
My friend just got murdered. Her daughter paid a boy $600 to kill her. $600. And when he got shot, she took the gun from him and finished her mama off and left her in the tub while she drowned. So.
And we say that so lightly, but that's
horrific.
Yes, very.
That's horrific. If you think about, if you put yourself in that, in that person's, if you could just imagine what she went through to stand up and see her daughter stand over her, and then to be left there to drown, that's a lot. You know, in the house with your kids.
So what are some things that the street team and your peers, like what are some things that are being done to help kind of stop and prevent the violence? Like what are some things, some strategies in place that can kind of just help resolve some of these issues that we're having here?
Well, a lot of it is going to be based on who you're dealing with. You know, you may be dealing with a young man who has some gang ties, and I may not be able to reach him with certain things, but I might pull up on him and just talk with him. Come ride with me, come take a walk with me, or let's go do this, that, and the other. If I'm occupying his time, that's less likely for him to go pop off somewhere, or it's less likely for him to go and retaliate after his friend and got shot, or a fight happened at school. You know, so it's less likely that he'll do that because I am now occupying his time. I'm pulling up with him. You know, I'm not treating him as a child. I'm not babysitting him. Like, we are making better decisions by not even being in an area where nobody can pull up and say, JoJo just got jumped on in school. Come on, you know. So if I'm spending this time with him, they can't pull up and have access to him like that. So those are some of the things. Everything is based on the individual themselves. We might have a young lady who don't really have a good relationship with their mom, and she's cutting up at school, or this, that, and the other. So we try to identify what's going on with them, getting to know these people that are a part of our program, because we have a mentoring program that's also in the Baton Rouge Community Street Team, ages 14 to 30. So we deal a lot with those who are in high school, those who are transitioning to college, those who are in the workforce. So we deal a lot with that. It's for people who are victims of crimes, perpetrators of crimes as well. We went to court with an individual a family of an individual who was murdered in July, and the other person's family was a family that we serviced as well. You know, and I told Mom, I say, look, if they call on me, I'm gonna be there for them too. Because that's just what it is. I'm unbiased. I'm going to provide resources to them as well. So I need you to know that I'm here for you because you requested that I'm here for you. But if they need me to, I'm going to be there for them. Even though that person was the perpetrator in, you know, the offense that we're here for. But, I mean, I heard a pastor say this once before. We talk about the heinous crimes that go on, but that person who did the heinous crimes need just much as deliverance as the person that he did it to.
Right.
So again, grace.
And most of the time, I think it's hard for the community to get involved because they're looking at that young man or the person that's doing the crimes. They're looking at them like they're a monster, and that they can't be helped, and nothing that they can do and say is gonna help change their mind and this and this and that. But have you seen like real life people in the community actually like reach out to you and want to help and want to offer, you know, like services and things like that?
Oh yeah. Once they on the same scene when a man texted me and told me, I don't see how you do it. He connected me to somebody who is a billionaire, you know, and I sat with them the other day, and they have housing, because that's one of the things that's been a major concern. Period, all around the world is housing, and affordable housing at that. But he has several properties, and he was like, so we can partner with you guys. So if you know, you need, you know, somebody who need housing, who can't pass the background, or may have been a convicted felon for some reason, and they can't find affordable housing, I have several units. You know, get with my property manager, and you could set them up to bypass all of the stuff that the other companies are gonna say no, or the application fees. He's willing to waive those for people that we make connection with. That's big to me, because you don't find too many people that's willing to rent to either those who are convicted felons, those who are may have had a eviction for something else, on their record, and they're gonna waive all of that as long as they're working. And guess what? Even if they're not working, he has work for them. You know, so he does day-to-day work. He has work for them. So I thought that was big. And there's other organizations that we work with as well that is reaching out. Again, I keep mentioning Tawana Harris at the Butterfly Society. We partner with them. We partner with several other people too, the NAACP. Change is also a part of Agile, which is the Baton Rouge Community Street Team is under Agile. And people think that we work for the mayor. We do not work for the mayor. It is an initiative from Safe Hope for Healthy Neighborhoods, though, that was birthed out of them traveling to other cities and seeing that the community-based organization for curbing the violence was nationwide. Joe Biden signed into administration the White House initiatives that is providing money for this type of work. They actually pay people like me to go out and not do it for free. As a matter of fact, we went to Baltimore in October. I went to Baltimore for Cities United, and there was cities all across the United States that had community-based programs or community-based organizations that were there to curb the violence. I mean, and when I tell you they came and they showed up, like these people were getting millions of dollars because their government or their city government acknowledged that they could not do it on their own. Because it takes people like us who's experienced certain things to actually go in and be able to connect. Because no matter where I'm at now or where I'm at in life, I'm gonna recognize my people because I come from right here. I had the same struggles because I come from right here, you know. And I'm in my 40s, so is people like Darius that's on the team. He young, you know, and I commend him for doing that type of work as a young person, willingly, and has the heart for it, passionately. He'll beat the streets, you know, to save somebody's life, you know. And it's now time for us to equip the next generation coming behind us to have pride and love in ourselves, so we can push that back out into the communities, because they generally want to know that somebody care about them. They generally do. That's what they thrive on. They feel like they don't have anybody that's gonna listen, that's gonna care. I don't know how to make better choices because this is all I know, and this is what I'm gonna do.
So, I know you just mentioned that you don't work with the mayor. Who are some organizations or some people that you simply cannot work with?
I don't work with the police. No shape, fashion, not at all. Now, we do respond to calls that we get through a dispatch from Baton Rouge Police because they were told by the mayor that they had to share their data with us. Now, it's limited. It tells us what an incident took place, and that's it. You know, what to expect when we get there, we really don't know. So we have to make a judgment call on the way there. Usually one of us, which is me, I'm the lead of the HRI team, goes out to the scene, assess the scene, and call the rest of the people. It's like, hey, look, get here. Don't come this way, don't come that way. You know, we do have a crisis map that we do use to assess the situation. It's called a Roma Taco. And I know that sounds like a taco you eat, but it's not. It's just an acronym for how do we respond once we're on the scene. So, and that's it. Like we don't work with the police, no organizations with the police. And it's not too many organizations that's based, that's actually community based that we don't work with. Like we partnered with Power Coalition over the summer for our Heal the Block event that we had. We had events where we went inside the neighborhoods where people normally wouldn't go. Again, we service 70802, 70805. Most of the communities that we service have disinvestments. Businesses aren't there. So you see a lot of abandonment, a lot of blight, a lot of abandoned properties, a lot of blight. More blight means more crime, bottom line. If you got a lot of overgrown properties, a lot of blight, abandoned homes, you're gonna have more criminal activity that goes on into those neighborhoods. That's just what it is. So we would hit those areas. We did Dixie. We partnered with Squalor Pope in Dixie. We had Memorial Stadium, which was our grand finale. We had in Eastertown, Delwyn perform. We had Belfast. Some of them were canceled because we did do it in the summer. You know, it rained a lot. But we went to different neighborhoods. We had the parks in the bottom. We had the top, like, you know, the top part of South Baton Rouge. So we showed up, boots on ground, providing resources to the people. We fed them, introduced them to other organizations that may help them. We had Metro Health there. We had people with mental health services there, YWCA. And so there's a lot of organizations that we do work with and partner with because, again, we meet people and they may have a direct need like I may run into a girl that's 19, that's pregnant, that's damn near homeless, that needs so I'm gonna refer her to YWCA because they have a program inside their organization for teen mothers. They actually is a program that sends your baby from the cradle. It's called From the Cradle to the Grave. You know, 6 weeks after you had that baby, you could put that baby in school. You know, a lot of people don't know that they have those resources. So there's a lot of resources here, but it's not knowing exactly which resources to tap into. That's
or
the
to
problem.
trust.
Yeah, because you got a lot of them that say they do this and they don't. You know, or they show up when the cameras are there, when it's a photo op. You know, but they're actually not in the communities. They scared. So they need people like us to go in that community for them.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
What's up, y'all? This your girl Nella B, coming back with a very, very cute piece from Ain't No Going Back. This is the baby pink hoodie with the glitter decal, excuse me. It's very cute, very lightweight, very comfortable. I'm pairing it with low ones, baby pink for my ladies who like the sneakers. You can really dress it up, you know, if you want to wear some heels or something with it. This is a little bit oversized. This is a large I'm wearing with some cute distressed shorts for my ladies for a quick little outfit of the day. Make sure y'all go follow him, Ain't No Going Back on Instagram. Make sure y'all go follow me, Nella B on Instagram. That's Nella_A_B. Also, make sure y'all check out, you know, the different pieces that he has, and reach out, you know. But this is so cute. White decal with glitter, like I said, good cotton. It's very cute, y'all. I'm loving it. Thank you so much.
Look, Louisiana Daiquiri Factory. You can follow me at LA_Daiquiri Factory. And look, this how we rolling with it. I'm making daiquiris with premium alcohol. You see this here? That's what I'm making my daiquiris with. This is apple cognac. We make this with V-Long. Yo, this shit fire. We make a tropical passion with this new Ciroc. We got a green apple. That's his favorite.
It's my favorite, y'all.
Peach Douce, strawberry Hennessy, plenty different flavors. Just follow me at Louisiana Daiquiri Factory. Simple. You can call me, DM me, or text me, and I'm pulling up. Certified. You heard me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got drink.
Down.
So, what was life like being around Nussie and the DCF family and everything like that?
Oh, well, I knew Nussie before the DCF came along, so it was automatically that when he decided to do something that I was going to be there. That was the whole purpose of me going to college. Like, he was like, you going to college because I need you to do this? Because I laughed at him at first when he said he was rapping. I was like, boy, your tongue too thick. Like, you cannot rap. Like, really? Are you serious, Dinah? Yeah, seriously. People want to hear what I got to say. That's what he would tell me. People want to hear what I got to say. And unfortunately, someone died who was high profile. And in order for him to get his story across, because the whole city thought that he had something to do with it. Him and Big Marquise, rest in peace, Marquise, wrote a song called "I Know You Miss Your Dog" off of the beat Lil Wayne made when he dedicated that "I Know You Miss Your I Really Miss My Dogs" by about the Hot Boys. Remember when that song? I don't know if you're familiar with it, but Nissa dropped that in 2000. He's so funny. Nissa dropped that in 2005. It was not a diss track. It was you know, it was recognizing that, hey, y'all keep saying that I killed this boy and I didn't kill him. You know, and people like he flushed it. He passed CDs out to everybody. Y'all put that in. You know, everybody laughed at him. But it was a way that he got his point across. You know, let people know that, look, I know y'all think I killed the boy, but I didn't. And so after that, he started writing other music. Like he got some mixtapes. He had one of my favorite songs he did was I'm a Gangster and You're Not. You a wankster. You know, 50 Cent had just came out with that You a wankster, but they call him Iron Chest Charlie. We'll see about that. You know, and just in case he is, I'm gonna shoot him in his back. You know, I'm gonna shoot this girl too because I like to be different. You know, but you had to know Nussie to know that everything he said, he rapped and talked about, he really did it. Like he really did it. It was not a game. Like people, his fans may not know that he talking about somebody that sitting right on the side of us that actually he didn't have this experience with, or you know, just all kind of stuff. Like you listen to his songs and you be like, that man crazy, but he really did it. But he really did that. Like one night, Delwyn had a concert in this was right before he got killed. And Delwyn had a concert, and this wasn't even on the people ticket. And we piled up like 40 cars deep and went to Clinton.
Jesus.
40 cars deep, four people in each car. We were so deep. When I say so deep, they got on the stage and broke the people's stage.
Lord.
It was like an actual auditorium stage. It was so packed in there. Like they stomped and did so much on the people's stage that they put a hole in the stage.
They done broke the people's stage.
They tore the stage up like real life. It was so many people on there. I was like, you couldn't even see. It was so many people in the audience that had just drove around. I took pictures of them. They full of sweat. Like they had to pop 4 or 5 jiggers. Full of sweat. I got buku pictures of that. But yeah, we was like 40 cars deep and shut Clinton down. It was soon as you come in Clinton, what was the name of that? The entertainment complex? That's what it was in Clinton. And it was so bad. When we walking out, we running to Reddy. Rest in peace to Reddy. And Fat. Rest in peace to Fat. And Mel. And Reddy jumped up and gave us up. Tell my man, you did that. You did your shit, man. You did that. You know. So people paid homage to him, and I like the fact that those who really knew him could never speak ill on his name, you know, because they knew, despite of what was said in the streets, if you actually got a chance to know him, he was really trying to put everybody on. He wanted to do a label and call it Louisianimals. All the hottest artists in Baton Rouge, you know, he wanted to partner with them and actually push music out. They had a meeting to sit him and Boosie down to do a joint album. And it had some people on the outside. I think the two of them as artists would have been able to agree with it because they actually did not really have a relationship, but it was so many people from from our entourage that was against talking with their entourage. You know, the people on the outside looking in had more negative things to say than those actual two people about each other, and that was the bad part because in the end it was his demise. You know, it was him. It was in the end that's what caused him to die. So
when you think about, you know, Nussie's music and Reddy's music and really a lot of artists that have, you know, gotten killed to gun violence, like, what do you think would be a difference in the community now if that would not have happened to them, if they were still around?
I kid you not. I think Young Boy is the honorable son of Nussie, to be honest with you. Like, people, I love that little boy. And he's a man, but I love him because he reminds me of Nussie so much. Like, his energy. He's portrayed as such this awful guy. He's blackballed by the whole industry. And still making music that's not even being recognized by all of the billboards. This man drop a song and his album go platinum. You know, like, he is the hardest working man in music right now. He the Michael Jackson of his time. He definitely is. He influenced the whole rap game right now. And I think that, you know, had Nussie, Reddy, and everybody else who did leave here early, I think if they would have been still here, Nussie was damn near in his prime, you know, when he got murdered. But if he was still here, he would have been able to put certain people under their wings, and their careers would have went a whole nother way. Yeah.
They would have had that guidance.
There are a lot of guidance because he was an OG to them. You know, he wasn't an OG who was gonna just tell you this what you should do, this is what you should do. No, he showed you how to do it. And I wish people could listen to, follow guidance to not to do what he did, or certain pathways to not travel down because of the pathway that ended up with him being killed.
Yeah.
You know, and Boosie did not kill Nussie. I need to set that record straight. People think that, but that's not what happened. I hate to have people say all the time, Boosie's still alive. Boosie had nothing to do with Nussie being killed. So let's get that understood.
Because people are setting their ways about that.
Yeah, they are, but Boosie had nothing to do with that. So, you know, I don't listen to him personally. That's my own choice because he dissed the dead man after 10 years of him being dead. That's my choice in that. But I wish it well. I know his parent. You know, his dad was from my neighborhood. I love his uncles. You know, I love his family from the other side. So I could never speak ill about him or wish ill on him because I know he have people that love him that I love. So I just wanted to clear the air with that. People be like, y'all ride for y'all ain't riding. This Boosie's still alive. Boosie ain't had nothing to do with Nussie being killed. You know, that's the first thing they do. I just had a problem with, again, I don't listen to Boosie because of you're a bitch, you a hoe, you a pussy. You remind me of a nigga named Nussie. Nussie been dead 10 years. You should have just left that alone. Because he got a mama out here. He got kids out here that gotta listen to this. You know, he got a daughter that just graduated high school that's she a big Boosie fan. Because she don't know nothing about what's going on. And we never told her anything about it. You know, but other people tell the world that Nussie was killed by Boosie. That's not the truth. You know.
You think a lot of the he say, she say is another reason why there's so much violence happening right now?
I think social media play a big part in it. I think social media it's not all of it, but social media play a big part of it because our kids grew up on YouTube. Our kids grew up I call them detectives because them kids can find out so much stuff by on the social media because they put their business on it. You know, drop your location. Like pull up, we pulling up. Yeah, you pull up and you die. You know, like you're not invincible. You pulling up and you dying. And again, that goes back to us as OGs. I never was the type to be around nobody. And Delvin can tell you this. I preached more than anything when Nussie was around. Like I would tell him, don't do that. Don't do that. That's wrong. Don't
like
say
your
that.
Voice, so
you can't tell me what to do. You know, that was his thing. Like you can't tell me what to do. But I still was not gonna sit there and allow you to do certain stuff in my presence and not speak on that. I'm not a yes ma'am. I'm not a person who just gonna tell you what you want to hear. I'm gonna tell you you right or wrong. Don't do that. Don't make nobody feel that way. You won't want nobody to make you feel that way. But a lot of it is basically social media is what they was raised on, and they don't know how to have conversations about how they feel without feeling played. That's one of the worst things you could do is make somebody feel played. DMX said it a long time ago. Nobody wants to be played, regardless of what the relationship is. Nobody wants to feel played.
Their rejection.
Yeah, and emotions is the strongest thing of this universe. It's the emotions is the strongest thing, because how you feeling may determine how you gonna react to what somebody say. Yeah, it's gonna react to it. I done been in a bad mood and snapped at somebody that I didn't even intend on snapping on, but just because I'm feeling a certain way that day, you know.
You stopping me? You ain't was just over there?
Yeah, I was just giving you the cue, so you know what I'm saying?
Oh.
I know we didn't hit the 30-minute mark.
Okay. So, for those who want to be involved in just helping you out and helping the organization and everything like that, what are some ways that the community or anybody watching this can be involved?
Well, I'm also on Getaways. You can hit me up on Getaways. You can follow me on social media at DCF First Lady. Oh, I am also a caterer. I have
what you be cooking?
Everything. I'm the name of my I still have. I'm DCF for life. So I need to show that I am DCF for life. Like that ain't go nowhere. I did the wordplay with the DCF, so it's dope. Yeah, we DCF. Come on, Drea, get in the camera. Show that. Show that.
Show your tech.
Yeah, show your tech. Yeah. So I did the wordplay with DCF. I named my catering business Dope Creole Foods, and this is in my logo. It's him with him inside of a Pyrex jar. His silhouette. And shout out to J Boy, EPM J Boy on that, because he did my logo for me. He another person. He was cashing out entertainment. Yeah. So yeah, but that you can hit me up on Dope Creole Foods, DCF First Lady, and Getaways 2.0, because the haters stole our page.
Ain't that?
By the blip.
Like,
They did bad.
Just
Like
hate.
we had got up to like 58,000. Damn near 60 G's. 60K, man, and they took the page.
y'all gonna get it back.
We're gonna try to get it back. They got people who's soliciting now talking about we can get your page back for $4,000. Yeah, now you're gonna jack us out of $4,000. Like we
$4,000.
falling for that. Yeah.
Anyway, well, make sure you all get involved. If you have cousins, uncles, whoever that may be in need of the services and everything like that, make sure you get involved, and make sure to just do your part as an individual. If you see a young person that is maybe in need, speak to them, talk to them, let them know, there's more ways out here to live than what we've seen in Baton Rouge right now. So this has been another episode of Let's Tell a Story. Make sure you all check us out on Roku TV, as well as Apple TV, as well as YouTube, and make sure you subscribe. We out.
Thank y'all for having me.